Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thanks so much for dropping by. What I'd like to talk about and actually practice today is what I consider the most important thing in the universe: divine harmony, divine health, divine happiness. So here's the thing: we are immortal souls on a vast, vast journey. And we've been given these bodies to have a lifetime here on Earth. And you may have noticed it's a little bumpy down here. There's all sorts of spots of disharmony all around us, and disharmony within us, within our minds, within our bodies. And this makes life really unfun. So the question is, what do we want to do about it? From the perspective of what we'll say the world, or from a materialistic point of view, the solution to all these different problems is to, address each problem. You have conflict with you have conflict over here. Go talk to the person. You have this illness, go take a pill. You have this bad habit, go take a course and um, learn how to break that habit. Okay, so none of those things are necessarily bad. In fact, all of those things can be really good and helpful. Going and having a conversation with someone, taking a medicine, especially if it's a natural form of medicine to help with a health issue, learning, growing so that you can become a better person. 2 thumbs up. However, all of those things are missing. All of those approaches are missing the fundamental point, the thing that is most important. What is the cause of all the problems? And then what is the solution to all the problems? The practice of medicine is, well, it is what it is. It has its problems. However, it does have a very interesting idea that we can all apply to our lives. And that is in medicine, of course, it's an illness, but to properly treat an illness, you have to have an accurate diagnosis. And then once you have an accurate diagnosis, you have to correctly apply the medicine. So let's apply this to our life here on Earth. So I gave this example of a conflict with someone, a health challenge, and a bad habit. So on the surface, it looks like we have an accurate diagnosis. Like, okay, conflict with person, health challenge, bad habit. However, do we really have an accurate diagnosis? What if all we have is just a description of what's going on? But most people don't take the time to ask, well, what caused the conflict with that person? What caused this health problem? What caused this bad habit? People are just tending to kind of, in all areas of life, just tend to go around treating symptoms, which of course, this is the thing that many people are starting to criticize, what's called Western medicine or allopathic medicine, is that it doesn't really get at the underlying cause of what's going on. Well, so we're waking up to that about allopathic medicine, but have we woken up to that fact about life itself? Have we woken up to, and I'm in the process of waking up to this, that there is something underneath each of these problems, and actually underneath all of our problems. And until we have an accurate understanding of what's causing all these problems, we really aren't going to be able to, really not going to be able to effectively deal with each one of them. So let's go back to medicine, for example. Let's say that, now I'm not a doctor and I'm making this up on the spot, so please bear with me for a moment. Okay. Let's say that someone whenever they eat a certain food, they have sort of what you could think of as an allergic reaction. They get a lot of mucus, their throat tightens up, and so they go to a doctor, and the doctor says, "Okay, well, just don't eat that food. Maybe you've had too much of that food, or maybe you have an allergy to food." So the person doesn't do that. But then what starts to happen is over time, then the person starts to have this when they're outdoors. And so the doctor says, "Aha, you have blah, blah, blah allergies. And so here's how we treat those allergies." And so maybe the symptoms disappear for a while. But what if there's something, and so let's say so on and so on. The person goes chasing symptoms, but then one symptom gets taken care of, and then another symptom pops up, and then lo and behold, the person they finally get at the root cause after treating 5, 6, 7 symptoms. And then once they eliminate that, then all the other and the person was on like 6 medications, and then the medications were starting to stress them out, but then they finally understand the root cause, and they're able to heal that, and then all the other symptoms vanish. Ta-da! I'm going to come up with a really good medical analogy. So, in the future. But so, what if life is like that? So, I've offered this opportunity of conflict with a person, um, health problem, and a bad habit. On the surface, these seem like all very different things. One's physical, one's relational, one's more mental, emotional. But what if? What if they all stem from one cause? Now, I'm not discouraging people to go have a good conversation, to take whatever medicine, hopefully a natural form of medicine they feel is helpful, to not work on themselves. But what the true teachings of Christ, as shared by Bruno groening, have to say on this matter is we need to understand the root cause. Otherwise, we're just chasing symptoms, and we're not actually going to cure anything. So let's say that we take care of the situation with the one person. The conflict gets resolved, and then we feel happier. But what was the underlying cause of the conflict? If we don't get at that, it's just going to happen again. Same with the medical thing. Let's say, get on a healthier lifestyle, and eat better, exercise better, and you take some herbs and you feel better, and that goes away. But the question is, did the thing that caused that, did that go away? From a spiritual point of view, no. Same with a bad habit. So what is the underlying cause of all of our problems individually and all problems of everyone in general? Well, Jesus and Bruno groening, as had many sages, gurus, prophets, wise people throughout the ages, have identified a thing. Bruno groening and Jesus called it evil or the devil. In Eastern terminology, it's more often referred to as ignorance or ego or delusion or illusion. I'm not so concerned what you feel drawn to call it, but it is very important that we understand that underlying all problems is one source. Because if we don't free ourselves of that source, then we're just going to keep treating symptoms. So let's free ourselves of that source now. First and foremost, we have to make the decision that I am sick and tired of evil and disorder and unhappiness. That's just a preliminary step. And then next, we need to have an openness to the possibility that there is a higher power, whether you call it God or love or Allah or Buddha nature or Brahman. I'm not so concerned, or Jehovah. There are many traditions with many different names. I'm not so fixated on that. And our friend Bruno groening wasn't so fixed on it either. But what is important is the recognition that there is a power greater than this evil, this ego, this illusion that can free us from it. So, so we've decided, okay, I'm sick and tired of evil. I'm sick and tired of disorder, of ego, delusion. Okay, at least open, if not believe, that there is a higher power that can help. And then how do we access it? Well, Bruno Groening very simply told people to trust and have faith. That when we have faith in this higher power, it establishes a connection. And with that connection, all things are possible. I know this in my direct experience. I've had actual physical healings of my body through these very ideas that I'm talking about. So, just what's needed is an openness that this power can help. And then, very simply, observe your body, having the will, the intention to take this energy in. So, we're going to spend a little time in silence doing that now, noticing what you're feeling. Taking in this good energy, handing over any thoughts of illness. Just keep coming back to observing your body, having the intention to take this energy in. So, this energy we're taking in right now, it actually has the power to heal. It actually has the power to remove the problem at its source. Hmm. Really trusting that every sensation we now feel is a step towards recovery. Is healing happening. Every sensation, this divine life energy, reorganizing, reharmonizing, healing our bodies. And by healing, what I mean is freeing it from that root cause. Being very mindful of our thoughts, giving away any negative thoughts, and asking for a good thought in their place. But what we need to do, I think the first step, I don't know if Bruno ever spoke it like this, is we need to check each thought. Actually, he did. He said, reflect on each thought. So, with every thought, that's a very daunting task, but we just start where we are, checking one thought at a time. How do I feel about this thought? Is this a good thought? Observing the body, every sensation, trusting that every sensation is a step towards healing. trusting that harmony, order, goodness is stronger than disorder, evil, disharmony. All right, dear ones, thank you so much for joining in. We'll be doing this again real soon. Take care. I wish you a blessed day. Thanks for joining in at midnight for Ever Loving Everything. Hola, aloha, Gerald. And thank you to everyone else who joined in and made the world just a little bit a better place through cleaning up some of the disorder we've taken on and learning new habits so that we take on less and can actually turn around our lives and be a part of the inevitable turnaround of this world. Take care. Much love.